That video alone already paid me more than $60,000. So one video only. In the last 48 hours, I got 53,000 views. So it's more than 1,000 views per hour. I have now 240 long-form videos. I have more than 25,000 people now, my patients' email list.
Hello, welcome to the Art of Selling Online Courses. We are here to share winning strategies and secret hacks from top performers in the online course industry. My name's John Ainsworth, and today's guest is Dr. Andrea Furlan. Now, Andrea is a pain physician in Toronto. She is a full professor of medicine at the University of Toronto and a senior scientist at UHN, the largest hospital in Canada. She has published more than 150 peer-reviewed scientific studies on chronic pain, and in 2022 she was named Toronto's top doctor in pain management. Back in 2019, she started a YouTube channel for a very simple reason. She didn't have enough time in her appointments to teach her patients everything they needed to know about managing their pain, so she started recording it. Now, the catch is, plenty of her colleagues thought that a serious physician had no business teaching patients on YouTube at all, but she did it anyway. And that channel has now grown to over 830,000 subscribers and more than 78 million views. She's published 2 books, including Chronic Pain, written over a dozen booklets of exercises, built online courses that train other healthcare professionals, and she still reads and approves every single comment on her channel herself. Andrea's done something most experts only dream of, taken deep technical, world-class expertise and turned it into an audience of hundreds of thousands of people whose lives she has genuinely changed. Exactly the kind of journey I know a lot of our listeners are on. Andrea, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much, John, for inviting me to talk to you today. It's a great pleasure. I love your show.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, what kind of problem are you solving for people?
Well, as a pain doctor, I see a lot of people who have musculoskeletal pain, chronic pain. These are back pains, neck pain, fibromyalgia, knee, hip, ankles, all kinds of muscles, tendons, and bone pains. And when the pain becomes chronic, it's different from an acute problem. If a person has a sports injury, that they have a tendinitis, it's they go to the orthopedic surgeons and they fix it and they don't come to me. But chronic pain is a different disease, which now becomes a neurological disease. The pain system, the alarm system of the body doesn't turn off, even when the injury has healed. So they continue having pain for years and years and years, even after the injury has long healed. And that's when they come to me, because the pain now becomes the disease itself. And education, lifestyle modification, explaining to them what's going on, how their emotions, their psychological state plays a big role in maintaining that pain state, because it's basically a danger signal in the brain that keeps going on and they need to turn it off. That takes a lot of communication and teaching and education. And that's why I needed help, because in the daily clinical work, we have very little time, resources, and we are not ready. The patient is not ready to be learning. And so I needed something extra. And that's how I had the idea to use YouTube for that.
And what was the deal with the other healthcare professionals saying that this isn't something people should be doing on YouTube? What was their reasoning? Why were they saying that?
I was actually very afraid of telling even my colleagues when I opened the channel in 2019 that I was a YouTuber. Because at that time, and still today, YouTube is 80% of the YouTube videos are more for entertainment, for fun, and less than 20% are educational videos, although people use educatement. It's a mix of both. And my colleagues kind of, they were, I didn't even tell, even when I opened, didn't tell my parents or my colleagues because of this. My reputation as a doctor, as a scientist, is mainly to publish in the scientific literature, hope that everybody will read my papers and change their lives. And why would I go to a social media and become an influencer? Why do I need to be a creator? And it takes too much time, and then you get a lot of negative comments. So that was that perception. But I insisted, and I try to use YouTube for serious medical education.
Hmm.
And I'm glad to say that even after, I think recently 2022 is because of the pandemic and a lot of misinformation that was spread, YouTube became very serious. They have now YouTube Health that it's a commitment of YouTube to close channels that spread misinformation and promote those who are evidence-based by professionals who know what they are talking about.
I saw you had a little like a badge
A
almost under
banner.
your channel that like other people I've never seen it before, and it was saying basically you are a registered health professional who knows what they're talking about. This is
Yeah,
like
this comes
a
from
genuine
YouTube.
video.
Yeah. This is part of the YouTube Health Initiative that they want to promote professionals and institutions that are credentialed. So I had to submit my medical license in Ontario to YouTube. They verified, and only after they approved, a human looked at to see she's a real doctor in Ontario.
Mm.
And every year they send me an email saying, "Are you still maintaining your medical license?" And then that banner appears on every video that I post.
How have you? Does it still fit with the original mission? I'm guessing this it's got a lot broader right now. You know, like originally you were doing it so that your patients you could just share information with them, but now you've got 800,000 subscribers. You're reaching a much bigger audience than that. How do you kind of think about what you're doing with YouTube now?
Yeah, I still do my videos for my own patients.
Okay.
Yeah, when I started the channel, I had actually my husband asked me, "Andrea, do you have enough videos, enough topics to have
Hmm.
a channel?" Because a channel means a lot of topics. And he said to me, "Why don't you write down the list of topics that you want to teach your patients? Because those are things that I repeat over and over,
Yeah.
John, in my
Yeah.
clinic. Like in the same day, I may repeat the same thing 5 times. So why should I do that? At the end of the day, I'm tired. I'm not in a good mood. I may do like a mini lecture of 1 minute." And so I created a list and I said, "Oh my God, I have 100 topics
Okay.
that I wanted to teach my patients." But then once I posted those 100 long form videos, I had another 100 because every time that I see myself teaching something in the clinic that I don't have a video, I open my cell phone in my notes and I say, "Oh, I need a video for that."
Yeah.
And so I have now 240, I think, long form videos. And I still have a list on my on my cell phone of, yeah, I still have a list of videos that I thought my library would be complete,
Yeah.
but people always ask me more. And I try to make one video for each question. So
Uh-huh.
if a patient asks me a question and I say, "Oh, I need 5 minutes to answer this," that is a video topic that I will
Yeah.
go one day and record.
Nice. That's cool. What size is the audience now? You've got 830,000 subscribers. How do you know about how many views you get a month on YouTube?
Yes, it varies. It varies by month. It varies by day. I just checked because I knew you were going to ask me that. I just checked my analytics, and in the last 48 hours, I got 53,000 views. So it's more than 1,000 views per hour.
Wow. Nice. And how big's your email list now?
So I have 2 email lists. One, so let me tell you this. So when I open my channel, I I wrote down my ground rules. And my ground rules said that I want to make if I want to make anything payable or for profit, would be from healthcare professionals.
Okay.
And I didn't want to charge patients because they already suffer a lot from chronic pain, and
Mm,
although I have books and booklets, which are they have to pay for the books and the booklets, but everything else, like I have a lot of handouts that I give for free on my website, more than 50 handouts. Each video that I have, that is basically, there is a handout that a one page that they can remember. I make that free, put on my website. And so in order for them to download those handouts, from my website, which is free, I
hmm.
collect their emails.
Got it.
That's for people with chronic pain. And the reason that I wanted to do that is because if I am doing a collection of handouts. Like sometimes I have 4, 5, 6 videos for shoulder pain, and I want to do a newsletter saying these are the videos that I have for shoulder pain, because people find it difficult to locate my videos on the channel. So then I email them. So for the patients list, I have more than 20, I think 25,000 people now on
Okay.
my patients email list. And but then I also realized that there were a lot of healthcare professionals, doctors, pharmacists, physiotherapists, nurses, psychologists, who communicated with me and they said, I'm learning so much about pain by watching your videos. Do you have a course? Do you, especially the topic of nociplastic pain, which is that I just explained to you in the beginning of this
Yeah.
video. Nociplastic pain is when the pain transforms from acute to chronic and becomes a neurological disease. That's called nociplastic pain. There is a lot of biological mechanisms that happen in the spinal cord, the sensors, the brain. And I teach this a lot to medical students, other doctors here. And people started asking me, oh, I need to learn more about this. I need to learn. So I decided to do a course for healthcare professionals and and put all my slides there and teach and give cases. And that's when I started creating also a mailing list for healthcare professionals, which now has more than 1,000. I have 1,000 emails on that list. And so I use that list regularly to do webinars with them and send some promotions to them saying, oh, it's Black Friday. If you want to take my course, here's a coupon for discount and something like
Hmm.
that.
And how do you find out when someone signs up for anything from you, whether they are public or a healthcare professional?
Yeah, I'm using MailChimp
Okay.
for that one. And so I get a notification that people signed up. Yeah.
But but how do you know which of the list they've signed up? Like, how do you know if it's a member
Oh,
of the
they go to
public who
different
signed up or if
places.
it's
Yeah, they go to
okay?
different places. Yeah. Yeah.
So what's any of your best lead magnets for the healthcare professionals?
Yes. So for the healthcare professionals, I do some videos that are specifically explaining the complexities
Hmm.
of diagnosing pain. And then I have a free handout that I give to them, and that takes them to my MailChimp mail list. So if they download that one, they go to my MailChimp. I also tell them that I have a wait list for other courses if they want to be put on the wait list. I'm I'm still planning to do more courses, and unfortunately, I can't find time to do more courses. But they ask me like courses, how to treat fibromyalgia, how to treat neuropathic pain, how to diagnose, how to differentiate. So I still have a list of courses for other healthcare professionals, but my main course is the nociplastic pain course, how to diagnose and treat this one. So people here, and I have some funnels on MailChimp. I know you are expert in this, and I'd love to hear your opinion about this. And so once they subscribed to the mailing list, they already get notification and they get 3 emails that go to them by telling them about the nociplastic pain course.
Okay. Do you know, I'm just looking through your YouTube channel, trying to find one of the diagnosis videos that would point
Yeah,
to that. I've just looked at a couple and I couldn't see any links from them. Do you know one, like
yeah,
any
I
one
think
video
there
that would
is
be good? I
one. It's called the difference between neuropathic and nociplastic pain.
see if I can manage to spell that.
Yeah.
Never mind, know what it is.
It's hard. I
Can
also,
I even
yeah, the other
spell it?
thing that I also created while you were searching, I can talk about this because my videos, I have more than 200 long form videos. I created an index. All my videos are numbered, and the index can be downloaded. And every time I give a talk and I mention my YouTube channel, I put a QR code. I just gave a talk this morning, and it's going to be released to an international audience because
Oh, nice.
they invited me for an international conference. And so at the end of my talk, I put a QR code and say, okay, if you want to find videos on my channel, download the index because the index tells you the topic and which number is. And if they download the index, it also goes to their email. They have to leave their email.
Okay.
And then I collect their email. So I know exactly how many people came because they downloaded the index, how many people came because they wanted to be on the wait list, how many people came because they were interested in the freebies, like the handouts that I gave for doctors.
I'm going to just share screen and show you. I found the video that seems like it's the one you were talking about, but it might be there's more than one on that topic. So let me just share screen. Is this the video that you were saying about?
No, I think no, that's not the one. Let me
Okay,
find for
back.
you.
Got it. All right. This one?
Yeah, here for and in the description of the video, there is a sentence that says, "For healthcare professionals, download the summary handout here," and then there is a link to.
Perfect. Got it. Okay, cool. And so that's how you know that it's healthcare professionals that are signing up for that.
Yeah,
How often do you promote those kinds of healthcare professional type lead magnets?
yeah, good question. Not so often.
Okay.
Yeah, too bad.
So here's what I found as I was kind of going through, like I looked through a lot of your videos and I looked at what you were linking to from there, and you've nearly always got a link saying to get one of my 50 free handouts, go to your website, and it links to your website. The thing that, if you wanted to grow the email list overall faster, and then we can kind of get into the details of the healthcare professional specifically, there's a few things you could tweak. One is, for each of those videos, choose one lead magnet that's the most relevant
Okay.
and then link directly to that if you can. The second thing is, it seemed to me, so I went and then I tried to sign up to get one of those 50 free things. It seems like what you do is sign up for the free members area. Is that correct? Or is there like a...
No, no, that's for the patients. There's one here that I just on the video
Yeah,
174
yeah.
takes you to a. No, it doesn't take you to the free area. It takes you to a different one, and it goes to my. It goes to a different. I forgot how I linked that, but they don't need to become a member. The member is for the patients.
Okay, yeah. So
They
I'm
can
just...
download immediately it takes them to a next page that they can download that freebie, and the moment that they enter the email, I get a email notification.
Here's what I'm wondering, like, how many people are watching some of your videos that are they're general videos, but the
Mm-hmm.
person might be a healthcare professional. Let's
Yeah.
say it's going to be a small percentage, right? But it's some of them.
Yeah, but I don't know what's the percentage, but I guess there are lots.
Yeah, even if it was like, I don't know, let's say it was 0.5%, just for sake
Yeah.
of argument. When you've got 78 million views on your YouTube channel, 0.5% is still a lot of people,
Yeah.
you know? So I'm wondering about, like, if you had two lead magnets that you promoted per video, one that was for general public and then one that was for healthcare professionals, and then
Mm-hmm.
made it really
Mm-hmm.
clear kind of which was which, and had those linked. And the other thing I would suggest in terms of where to link them, I'd put them much higher in the description.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you have, when you have the description, there's that little, it puts like 2 or 3 lines of it, and then you have to
Yeah.
click more to see the rest. If you put the link above the bit where it says more, then you get a higher opt-in rate
Yeah.
because it's more obvious. It's more kind of
Yeah.
in their face, you know. And I think if you had one for public and one for healthcare professionals, made it clear which one was which, and then had that right at the top, I reckon you'd increase your opt-ins of both lists dramatically. Like, and I
I
know
think.
that the real focus is on the healthcare professionals, but you know, maybe it'll be useful at some point to have the email list of the like when you're publishing a new book, it's probably great to have a list of the public to be able to point to that as well.
Yeah.
That's been my experience. So most people can get about a 1 to 2% opt-in rate from their YouTube view to the email list. Now, for you, we don't know exactly, right, what percentage of people watching your videos are healthcare professionals, so we don't know what number that's going to end up being. But I know we can definitely get out from, I think you said you're getting like 20 healthcare professionals a month or something like that. Was that right?
Yeah, that's how much I get. It
Yeah,
varies again. It varies. Like when I give a lecture and I put a QR code for the index, then I get
yeah.
100 at once. But
Yeah. So I would think it should at least be hundreds a month. That would be my expectation. I think that's doable. What I'll do afterwards, I'm going to message Josip as well, who's like my head of funnel strategy, and I'm going to get him to give his thoughts to you as well about like
Mhm.
exactly what he would do, because he's like
Yeah,
he's in the weeds on this every day, you know.
I would do an experiment. So
Mm.
I'm about to record a couple of videos, preparing the scripts, and what I can do is for the next, let's say, 5 videos, I will think about 2 separate handouts: one for patients, one for healthcare professionals. Show them in the video, and say the description is here. If you're a healthcare professional, is a more technical for you, and here is a simplified version for the patient. Put the links there, and then I can see how that drives subscribers. Yeah,
Yeah, perfect, perfect. Because then you'll
I'm
just
a
know, right?
scientist. I am always
Yes.
doing experiments.
Everybody, pretty much everybody in my team has got some kind of a like maths or engineering background, because I think of everything as like I think of everything as I think of business through numbers. I'm like, okay, what's the conversion percentage at this step? What are we going to do about it? How are we going to analyze it? How are we going to check? Is it statistically valid? Whereas most course creators that I talk to are like creative types.
Yeah.
And they're like, I like creating things, I like making things, and which is great, right? But it's
I
just
spend a
so
lot of
different
time
to the way I
looking at
see
my
it.
yeah, I spend a lot of time looking at my analytics, downloading the Excel tables, creating graphs. That's what I do for a living for research, and I
Yeah.
love looking at my data and seeing where are, the thumbnails with a low CTR, and then I go and change them, and then I observe if if that made any difference or not. Usually doesn't, but
what have you learned out of it? There's a lot. Nearly everybody listening is a YouTuber. So, what have you learned about what's worked for you in thumbnails and click-through rates?
yeah, that's a good question. What I is trying to use AI now, and I'm
Mm,
learning the last year I've been using AI to explore ideas for the thumbnails, for the titles, for the scripts. So I prepare the script, and the script has to be my own words, because when I'm reading the teleprompter, if it's not my own words, it doesn't really
mm,
go well. But I'm using AI to generate. So if I have a list of questions that my patients ask me, and then I need to create a video on that, I will research the topic to see what is the evidence, what is the latest. But then once I have the evidence and I find, let's say I found a review published recently that is scientifically sound, evidence-based, and I learned so much reading those reviews. Now, how do I make that scientific paper a script for video? And then I'm using AI and I upload that paper and I say, please, here, help me to write a script. And then from that script, I rewrite on my own words with my own, accent. I'm from Brazil, so I have my own language, my own lingo. It has to be me, cannot be a robot talking.
mm,
And then I ask AI, can you suggest, 5 titles for this video? Can you suggest 10 scripts for shorts? Because at the same day, when I record a long form video, this is my studio here. This is where I record. It's my home. And then I set up on one day and I batch record. I record as many videos as I can in one day. And after I record every single long form video, I already grab my cell phone and do shorts. But I ask AI to help me, um, with ideas for the shorts. How can I
hmm
break down this topic into a couple of shorts topics? So that works really well. And then ask AI to suggest a thumbnail. And then from that thumbnail that AI suggests to me, I basically go to my Canva and do my own. I like the creative part, John. I don't my videos are edited by my son. My son is the one who edits for me, but even at the end, the final touch, I open the video editor and I add my final. I know how to edit. If he's
Hmm.
unable to do because he's on vacation or he's too busy, I can do from beginning to the end, the whole creative process, because I love it. I find editing, cutting, creating thumbnails is fun. It's just, I wish I had more time, but I'm still a full-time doctor and
Yeah.
I still have to travel for conferences. So sometimes I spend a whole month that I don't create anything or post anything just because I am at conferences and teaching. Um, yeah, but I even forgot what was the question that you asked me.
I was asking what you'd said that you were testing stuff, A/B testing with like
Testing stuff.
thumbnails and click-through
Yeah,
rate. Like, is there anything you've learned in terms of what works for your
yeah.
audience for those kind of things?
So I do. I create testing titles, testing thumbnails. If I create 3 different thumbnails and I upload to YouTube because they allow you to test 3 at the same time, usually the results come 33% for each one, no winner. So, yeah, there is an art of creating thumbnails, and yeah, there might
What do you
be
what does make the difference for you then in terms of your videos? Like, what makes a difference in terms of how many views it gets?
the
If
topic,
it's the
the
topic's
topic,
like the biggest difference.
the top, what my audience wants and expect. Yes, one of my most successful videos has more than I think 10 million views. I really like the way I show up in the video, like I do my hair before, put makeup. That video, John, is my worst hair of all my videos on, yeah, because I was doing exercise. So that video of shoulder exercise, exercise for
Yeah.
shoulder pain, I did during the pandemic, and I spent the whole day. I only recorded that one. My daughter helped me to record because I wanted to have like a session of physiotherapy, because during the pandemic people could not access physiotherapy, and I'm a physician, but I am a physiatrist. That's my specialty, which
Right.
is I prescribe a lot of exercise, and I want to
Okay.
demonstrate to my own patients when they go to physiotherapy, this is the kind of exercise I want you to do. But because during the pandemic they couldn't go, I started recording videos that I demonstrated those exercises. And I wanted this video, it's long, it's 40 minutes, to be like almost a full session of physiotherapy if someone had shoulder pain. So I spent the whole day. At the end of the day, my hair was upside down and I was so tired. My makeup had drained. And so, but that's because the topic was so helpful and useful.
Mm,
It's still my number one video watched today. Today, if I go to which videos are being watched most,
yeah.
that is the bestseller. And that video alone already paid me more than $60,000. So one video only in,
Wow.
in ad revenues, just ad revenues. So I'd say if you find what your audience needs, if you do it with quality, if you do with evidence based, if you do it well, that will help the person. They will keep. I published that video um 2021, I think, 5 years ago, and it's still
Yeah.
the bestseller. People are watching today. Is the most watched video right now because it's
I
still
see
helping. Oh, yeah.
I see you've got a lot of exercise videos have done well for you. It's not like every top video is an exercise video, but like quite a lot of them are, aren't
Exercise
they?
and diet. Those are the ones that I did during the pandemic
Okay.
because I needed those exercise videos during the pandemic because I was still seeing patients during the pandemic. But then when I told them, oh, I think you need this exercise, they couldn't go. So I started doing over and over, did many during the pandemic. And those are the ones who are still being watched today. I do need to reduce some of them. I think the exercise
Mm,
for osteoporosis that I did in 2020 needs some update because there is new evidence showing that some exercises could be added to that routine. So I need to do that one. But the other ones are still, they don't need update. They're really pretty good.
mm, nice. One of the things that you mentioned a few minutes ago is that you were doing webinars for your health professionals. Are those free or paid? What's the
So the
idea with
webinars
those?
were free.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how often do you do those?
I, when I have time,
Okay.
when I had all the time that I wanted in my life, and I was doing once a month. and sending to my mailing list. So invited all the, 500, and then the mailing list continue growing. Now I have 1,000. So inviting the 1,000 something healthcare professionals. I'm going to talk about this topic of pain. It's only for healthcare professionals. I'm going to teach you how to diagnose. And I clean my mailing list because a lot of people they download the index, they say they are a healthcare professional, but when I ask them, I say, okay, you need to say here, what is your profession? And then they declare that they are not a healthcare professional. So I go to my MailChimp and I clean and I tag them that has no healthcare professionals. So at the end, when I invite people for webinars or things that are more professionally oriented, I don't invite those people that
Yeah.
they might be in the wait list, but they are not healthcare professionals.
When I was just testing your sign up, I just signed up for your
Oh,
healthcare
you just
professional
signed up.
list, but I
So
put
I
in
have to tag
brackets,
you. Yeah.
fake afterwards, so it'll be easy to
Okay.
spot.
You will be tagged as a no healthcare professional. Yeah.
um, how often are you promoting your courses to the healthcare professionals?
Not that often. Yeah. Just because my limited time. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I
That
still,
makes
yeah,
sense.
I still got, yesterday I got someone who found my course and subscribed. So they do find here and there. I don't promote that much. Maybe I should be doing more.
What's the goal for
The
you?
course is so good, John. I'm so proud of that course. It's the best course on osteoplastic pain, but it's a little long. I think what people are scared when they see the course length, it's
Yeah.
about 10 hours.
Okay. Yeah, it's a funny thing. A lot of people, I think it's less so now, but people used to like promote the number of hours of the course as a positive thing. Like this course is so valuable because it's 15 hours worth of course, and
Yeah,
it's
no, I
like,
don't think
oh
so.
my god, I haven't got 15 hours to
Yeah, yeah,
spare to take
yeah,
your massive course.
yeah.
Um, what's the goal for you? Like with the channel, with the healthcare professionals that you're selling to, is it just about trying to get it out to more people? Are you like actively wanting to make more revenue from it? Like, what's the goal for you?
Okay, I wish I could retire from my medical profession and just live on my courses. This is not happening yet.
Yeah,
So my goal, at this point, my goal is to spread the knowledge. Maybe one day when I have more time and I want to reduce my clinical workload, I will invest on more courses. There are so many ideas that I could invest.
yeah.
At this point of my career, I still have, I still supervise a lot of PhD, master students and teach residents, and I have a job. But I'm not saying that in a few years from now, when I am close to retirement, that this would not be my main source of income. So I'm kind of testing the waters to see what works,
Mm,
what doesn't. And but at this point, my goal is to have, first of all, the course is for me to have something that I can teach. Like a doctor in Africa, he contacted me. I think he was from Cameroon. Yeah.
hmm
He was watching my YouTube videos. He's a neurologist there. And he was watching my YouTube videos and say, I'm learning so much, but I don't understand anything about this nociplastic pain. Would you please give me your slides? Would you please give me your lectures for me to learn? And I said, no, I'm not going to give my slides. This is my proprietary, my intellectual
mm,
property. That's when it clicked to me that maybe people are interested.
mm,
And of course, if it's a doctor from Cameroon with very few resources and he wants to help hundreds of thousands of people in Cameroon, I give free access to him to my course. So I
mm.
do give a lot of free access to people who are, I hope they're not listening to this podcast because there are a lot of people who email me, oh, I need a free access. But
Right.
I do a lot of, I would say not charity, but I want to help them if they don't have the resource because the course is quite expensive for a doctor in Cameroon.
Mm,
And or I give like a big discount for them. My students who rotate with me, I make it mandatory for them to take the course as part of the rotation. If they're going to spend a month with me learning about pain, it's mandatory for them to take the course. But of course, I give them a coupon. They don't need to pay because they're my students. So I use this to spread the knowledge. so more people with chronic pain can be helped.
I got somebody I worked with before, Dr. Shannon Weeks, and he was selling courses on. It was some really like obscure bit of medicine, and like, but
Mhm.
if you needed to know it, then this was the guy. This was the guy in the world who was like, right, that's the one that you go to. People travel internationally to go study with him. And I'm just kind of thinking about like how much bigger your audience is than his was. And it's like, I think that I'd need to do them. I'd have to have a look through, but it seems like the idea of being able to make enough money from this to retire is like, seems realistic. I don't know how much money you need to retire, so it depends. But like, yeah, I'm gonna message with Josip and you about this afterwards and
Yeah.
just see if we could figure out like, well, what is realistic, so you kind of know what the potential is of what you could be doing. Um, What's what's next at the moment? Like, have you got is your focus at the moment on just keep making more videos? Have you got any more courses you're planning on making this year? Like, what are you working on?
Yeah, there is another course, how to treat neuropathic pain, which is another type of mechanism of pain that is in my books to do it. Um, I'm hoping to release this year because I already have a wait list for that course. People waiting for
Nice.
that course. And and then be more proactive promoting those courses because again, I put a lot of time. I already had the material, but it was still a lot of time to put them together. So before the courses become out of date, because in medicine, especially this concept and this knowledge becomes outdated quickly, it's important to do. The other course that I also did was how to use YouTube for medical education
I
because
saw
now
that. Yeah.
becoming a doctor on YouTube and people come to me and a lot of people out of nowhere they said, "Oh, would you mentor me to open a channel?" And I was spending time with them on the phone or Zoom teaching them and I said, "Wait, I don't have time to do this." So I put everything that I knew at that time um, how to do from beginning to the end from medical education. And I just tell them, go and buy the course and take it. So that's also going well because after they take the course, which is much shorter than the 10-hour course that I did for pain, they know everything, like all the specifics, how you set up, what about your medical license, what can you talk. They're worried about losing the medical license because they can be, there might be lawsuits against them. So I talk about all of that in that YouTube for medical education. So they take the course, and if they still want me to mentor them, then I offer a program of mentorship. And I did this with a couple of people. Some did not go and didn't do well. They opened a YouTube channel, but it didn't go well. But one of them is my prodigy. She followed my recipes. She did what I asked her to do. She's now a physician and she has reached more than 100,000 subscribers. So she's
Ah,
very yeah. So it's very nice to see someone else going on that route and yeah, she's doing really well, but it's tough. As you probably know, maintaining a YouTube channel is not an easy task.
mm-mm.
A lot of people start, which is
Yeah.
easy to start, post some videos, but maintaining, sustaining, and updating and answering comments and keep the channel moving. I would say a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a funny one because nearly everybody I talk to, nearly all the course creators who I work with or who I interview are YouTubers. And I see, like, I do publish the podcast on YouTube, but I'm not like aiming to try and grow a big YouTube audience. So I'm not doing it in quite the same way. Not having to think so much about scripts or about thumbnails or whatever else, you know. And I see the amount of work it is for people, and it's to do it really well. It's like it's like you got to keep doing it every week, every month, whatever it is, you know, publishing your new video. It's like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Andrea, I think what you're doing is awesome. I absolutely love this. I really appreciate you coming on today. If people want to go check you out, they want to see your YouTube channel, they want to go and look at maybe download any of your free lead magnets, where should they go to?
Yeah, so the channel is just my name, Dr. Andrea Furlan. And my website is also easy. It's doctor, but DOCTOR, AndreaFurlan.com.
Perfect. So that's Andrea Furlan, and that's Furlan. So go check out Andrea's channel. And Andrea, thanks again so much for coming on. I really, really appreciate your time. This has been absolutely wonderful getting the chance to talk with you.
Thank you for inviting me. It was lovely chatting with you, and I learned some new tricks now that I will try. Thank you.
You're very welcome. As always, thanks so much for listening. Really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time.